In 2009, we received notice that General Motors was going bankrupt and were going to be closing a number of their facilities, not to definitely close as a company, but in order to redevelop their business plan and to try and tighten their belt and become a more operable company. So we were wondering what the problems were at their sites, and we contacted the folks at General Motors, and they gave us a list of about 200 properties that they were interested in divesting themselves of. From that list of 200, we narrowed it down to 89 that we thought there might be actual problems at. In those 89, there are approximately 40 sites in Region 5 states that are affected, and so given that the large amount of the sites were actually within our region, we decided to take the lead on determining what the fate of those sites would be. The condition of each of the sites varied, and they went anything from an operating facility that needed to be kind of reviewed as part of their corrective action process, and it also included properties that hadn't been used for years, such as landfills. The impact of the sites on the communities, primarily, I guess, is if you're in the community, the biggest effect was economic. A lot of the people in these communities lived off of the work that took place at these plants, and they closed, and so for the community, it was really economic. When we went in and did the work, it turned out that they had been exposed for a number of years to certain things, and that was our focus and target in addressing those sites, was to look at some of those problems. The cleanup of the sites is done primarily by General Motors' successor, a company called Racer Trust, or an entity called Racer Trust. And what they did was they took the money that we allocated as part of the bankruptcy settlement and addressed each and every site from investigation to cleanup. Probably the biggest challenges were staying on top of the budgets and making sure that the work was done not just to stabilize the issues at the site, whether it's groundwater contamination or soil or landfills, but really the issue was to make sure that there was going to be a lasting settlement and cleanup of the community and problems that they faced from the sites, and to make sure that in the future they were not going to be adversely affected. The final results have been that we've gotten probably half of the portfolio almost cleaned up. So out of the 89 sites, we probably have 40 that we can say are really addressed and ready to be redeveloped. Redevelopment has gone on in the communities despite the fact that we haven't completed the cleanups, because actually a lot of the work is taking place in the subsurface, and so they're able to actually redevelop the property while the cleanups are still taking place. Probably most proud of the teamwork that went into this. It was a great effort by probably 100 people to make this all happen. We did a lot of work between 2009 and 2011, and then just recently in 2014 and 2015 we negotiated some additional terms and got an additional $41 million put into the cleanup funds in case we found something that we didn't know about, and were able to fund it using this extra money.